Hello. In this video I'm just going to show the follow-up of the printing final piece and have a look at one of the final prints here, and what's worked and what maybe could be improved on the next ones, or what I'm going to do on the next ones. Not so much what's going to be improved, because I feel they've worked really well. I'm quite happy with all of them. This is the second one that I designed with the purple and the blue, so it's two-tone purple, blue and black. This one worked better than the first one in terms of the print process, but some of the problems that have been occurring is the registration and the lineup and adapting, so I've had to do that a few times with the other print, not so much with this one. This one seems to line up a lot better, so I'm going to have to check what I do on Photoshop to make sure it all links together a bit better next time. I'm not sure why this one's worked better than the other based on that, but I can check through the old images because these are broke down into colour. So the original image is edited on Illustrator and Photoshop, and then I image trace it on Illustrator and bring it down to 3 or 4 colours. Then I break each colour out, make them black, ready for the acetate print that you've seen in previous videos if you've watched them, and then print those, and they all overlay each other, and usually they work quite well when I overlay them, like the video on the desk from a few weeks ago. They work quite well then normally, and usually that should transfer onto the screen print okay, but sometimes it doesn't, and I'm not sure why that would be. But this is the final print on the good quality paper. It's had 2 coats of black. The original coating of black it's not dark enough and doesn't give a big enough contrast, and it doesn't bring out these colours enough. So I've gone over it again and I lined it up, and lining it up is quite easy. Just put it back over the top once it's dry, and then just squeegee it through again. I thought it might leave a residue over the top, but luckily it hasn't, and it's worked out quite well. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with them. So I'll do a few close-ups of this one and then talk about the other one. I'm quite happy with the colours. The vivid colour of the purple here has worked quite well. Quite happy with that, and the contrast between the 3, and then the black coming in just to highlight areas, I think has worked pretty well as well. This was the original one. Problems I've had on this one in terms of the print process is this dark green didn't match up with the black. I'm not sure why, and I made a decision to print the dark green in 2 sections. So I print to here, tape it off, and then print the bottom bit here, so it lined up with the light green and the blue, but in turn that made the black out of sync with everything. And with the black you can't cut it in 2 because it would leave a line somewhere on the print, and I didn't want that. I wanted one clean sweep through each time. So what I had to do was adjust the original black acetates and re-burn it onto the screen to get it to fit. So I'd lined it up on the sheet of paper first, and then re-burnt it at the same dimension, shall we say, onto the screen, and then that worked more successfully, and I got a good registration at that point. Again, these ones have been given 2 coats of black over the top. Same problem again, when you've originally put the black on, it just doesn't give you the depth of colour that I want. And I think this now has worked really well, and I'm quite pleased with it. This one was a bit of a, as it's the first one, it's always a bit of a, it could be an off chance of it going wrong. But I think looking at them and the first attempts of screen printing whilst using a stencil and multiple stencils. I mean, before this I'd only ever used ones that I'd cut out myself, and they were large areas. It wasn't the detailing that you get on these ones. So all in all, I think it's quite a good piece of work. I'm quite happy with that as well. And I'll do a zoom in section of it as well. And you can see how the colours line up. It's worked quite well, especially here. The registration's quite good. The white in it has worked quite well as well, because it highlights certain areas of the image and just makes it look more three-dimensional. So a couple of millimeters there, for example, makes the image look 3D. And again, it's the same process as the purple image, the breakdown on Illustrator to create the final piece. Next time I'll be talking about the final piece work that I'm going to be doing on the larger scale paintings that are in the workshop at the moment. I've got the images ready for that, and I've got the colours ready for that. I've just got to start stenciling it on using the tape as I do, and then I'm going to be going through maybe some of these this week as well. Looking at creating another one of these. I've only got 2 in here at the moment, but these are a bit of a side project. Looking at colour and shape and the overlapping and the details in terms of stenciling, and if any of these designs can then be used to create any of these architectural images. These come from older paintings where I've used elements of, for example, the Tube in London, and I've taken colours and shapes and designs and edited them on Photoshop to create these, but that's for another video. Thank you.